These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Nicole Gregg with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Hazmat crews spending the morning at a Dignity Health location near 44th Street and Chandler Boulevard after someone found an unknown substance. Police telling us the substance was found on handmade political signs there and at 2 other locations. Our crews heard from several people passing by who say they're ready for this election season to be over. Here's what one neighbor told us.
A lot of people are afraid to put up signs right now. I remember from the days when everyone would drive around with a bumper sticker and were proud to show who they were supporting for president, but it's not like that anymore.
We have just learned that the substance was not hazardous. A school across the street from Dignity Health was delayed because of the situation. And we're learning more about a hazmat situation at Senate candidate Kari Lake's campaign office near 40th Street and Camelback. The office was evacuated after a suspicious substance was found. We have just learned that tests were done and the substance was non-hazardous. No one was injured and the building has been reopened. A sewage project in the East Valley seeping unpleasant smells into nearby neighborhoods. People living near Baseline and College reached out to ABC15 saying it smells like a porta potty when they step outside in their backyards. So we looked into this and found out Baseline is a hub for wastewater infrastructure and multiple sewer upgrade projects are along this route, both in Tempe and Mesa. The city of Tempe tells us they have put in multiple air filters and plan to install even more to try to control the stink.
Last weekend we were all hanging out in our backyard, kind of having a pool day when it was still a little warm, and we're like, what is that? Like, what is going on? And then when we drove out to the street, we saw obviously the pipelines getting torn up and all the work they were doing out there.
The city says their filters work quickly, but not quickly enough if you ask some of those neighbors. While the race for the White House dominates a lot of political coverage, we know that it's the decisions made a little closer to home that stand to impact your everyday life the most. And tonight, Gilbert's town council will vote on a potential sales tax hike from 1.5% to 2%. That translates to 50 cents more on a dollar receipt and would give Gilbert the 6th highest sales tax in the valley. They're also voting on whether or not to add a 2% tax on online purchases through Arizona vendors and to bump up taxes for hotel stays to 5%. We've heard a lot from Arizonans about their worries for the economy as family budgets get stretched thinner.
Everybody's suffering from all the high inflation and everything that no one needs more taxes on them.
I'm not sure just taking it out of our pockets is going to be the solution, because if we give into that, then every time they run into a budget problem, that's where they're going to go to get the money.
Those in favor of the increase say the town could really use the boost to balance the sheet, especially after tax cuts at the state level, plans to expand police and public safety buildings, improve town utilities and services, and other projects all are riding on the extra cash. If you want to make your voice heard before tonight's vote, you got one more chance. The town's council meeting is tonight at 6:30.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens. We've got another very warm day here in the valley tomorrow. The morning looks fantastic. We'll be in the 60s early on, but 91 is in the forecast at noon. And we're going up to 98 around 4 p.m., which will be 2 degrees shy of tomorrow's record. Unseasonably warm, more than 10 degrees above normal for this time of year as high pressure builds in from the southwest. But we also have a storm system next week that'll dig down, and the latest models show it a little farther south, potentially potentially clipping into Arizona. So we've got some changes coming next week. Winds will pick up, gusts near 40 miles per hour up north. A slight chance of spotty showers across northern Arizona is now in the forecast, and some much cooler air all across the state as that storm system digs in. For Phoenix, it's finally going to get us out of the 90s after a potential record-breaking stretch. We're going up to 97 Friday and 99 Saturday. Both of those could break daily heat records. Then we drop to the low 80s as winds pick up early next week.